Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just an update here on Tilray. They have some action going on. I had a subscriber say to cover Tilray, so here's the video on Tilray. So Tilray, ticker TLRY. Here you can see what it's done in the last week, up 15%. So it's had a great week, month just kind of up and down all over the place, but the last week has done really great. And today up 2.30%. It was actually up about 9% at one time, and kind of coming down a little bit. So we'll see what happens with them. I just did a video on Hexo and Sundial, so check those out in my library. It looks like a lot of the MJ plays are in the green today, so that's positive. I got 16 shares here in this particular account, and Tilray engages in the research, cultivation, production, and distribution of MJ. And feel free to pause and go over the rest there for yourself. Been around since 2018, $7.08 billion market cap, 23.92 million shares traded on the average, and not too great ratings, just kind of like Sundial, showing a hold of 85%. Tilray's always been kind of volatile. A lot of people like Tilray, but it's like I said, just been kind of volatile at times. But I got some information that came up here. Been using bar chart as well. Previous close at 1717, currently at 1752. Volume, average volume of 26 million, so there's quite a bit more volume today, about another 15 million shares being traded. 5-day change up 2.72%, with a market cap of 7 million, so 7.6. Annual sales, and feel free to pause and go over the rest there for yourself, or else you can find this on bar chart. Again, a moderate buy based on 12 analysts, 3 strong buy, 9 at a hold. And moving on here, 3 things about Tilray successful investors should know. This is dated yesterday. Well, actually, I'm sorry. Yeah, yesterday on the 27th. Successful investors tend to bring a different perspective to their art in comparison to the less experienced, rather than focusing on the short term. The most skilled investors have an expensive view of things, and their understanding of the worth of individual companies is dramatically different as a result. In particular, easy to see how a successful investor might approach Tilray, a MJ company that is among industry's leading contenders. And so it's always been one of the favorite ones for the people that follow MJ. So I have quite a few MJ plays. Tilray's probably one of my smaller holdings. It's just because I watched it and it was just too volatile, and so I kind of stayed away from it for the longest time, but I'm getting back into it now. So Tilray isn't anywhere near being profitable, and it won't be for quite some time in the short term. That's just fine, as establishing its presence in key markets and growing revenue are more important. Successful investors realize that the risk premium paid for buying a stock before it's firmly profitable can be substantial in the long run. If Tilray is profitable 2 years in terms of making progress toward profitability, it also has a couple of things for investors to look forward to. Based on its recent merger with Afria alone, management expects the experience more than $78 million in cost savings over the next 2 years. Narratives are important, but buzz can be a bust. Since the announcement of its plans to combine with Afria in 2020, Tilray has been building the narrative it would be the largest global MJ company by revenue once the transaction closed. And so we'll see what happens with that, and see who's going to be the biggest one. I just did a video on Hexo. They're buying some other merging and with Redican, and they just did a video on Sundial. Sundial's up actually past $1 today, so feel free to watch those as well. But moving on, feel free to pause and go over the rest. The U.S. isn't the only MJ market that matters. The largest markets aren't always the most lucrative to compete in, though they often are. Almost by definition, large markets tend to have a lot of competitors, and their size isn't always a guarantee of growth. With an estimated value of $61 billion in 2020, the U.S. is a massive market for MJ that's growing even larger with the advent of legalization. By 2025, the research firm BDS Analytics estimates that the European MJ market will be worth nearly $3.9 billion. The largest geographic segment in the EU is in Germany, where Tilray already has a growing presence that's quickly becoming more formidable with the new brand launches and cultivation facilities. The company's Portugal-based facilities are quite favorable for its EU strategy. And feel free to pause and go over the rest there for yourself. Again, I've talked about this. Legalization is sweeping North America. 15 states plus Washington, D.C. have legalized recreational MJ over the last few years, and full legalization came to Canada in October 2018. So I've been also covering a lot of Canadian plays. High Tide's one of my favorites. HITIF, you can find that in my library as well. And moving on here. Maybe my computer just died, so here we are. Why is Tilray stock surging, and what's next? And this is also dated yesterday. So kind of some of the same information. So Tilray broke bullish from a triangle on May 25th, and on Wednesday its stock had bullish continuation. Renewed interest in the MJ sector. A couple of the larger Canadian MJ companies have seen increased bullish volume and higher prices over the past couple days. Organigram and Hexo rose 3.3% and 2.9% respectively on Wednesday. Relationship to meme stocks, GameStop, AMC, which I used to cover that here on the channel, but I sold out of them and have stayed away since. Too risky for me, and short squeezes, and I just don't have time to watch it. So Tilray was next on the list with a parabolic 247% rise that began on February 2 and ended on the 18th. As of May 14, Tilray 426 million float had 34.81 million held short. And what's next for technical traders? So feel free to pause and go over that information there. So it's trading above the support level at 1517 and below a resistance level of 1757. Tilray's relative strength index is registering at about 50%, which is very comfortable for the bulls because it has a lot of room to move higher before going into overbought territory. And feel free to pause and go over the rest there. And over here to Reddit, legalization of MJ is proceeding. Possibly Tilray will explode soon, so we'll see what happens with Tilray. Way too bullish news on MJ stock, Sundial, and Tilray. So they're both doing really well today, so quite a few other MJ plays. Over here to StockTwits, 52-week low 441, high of 67. Why is it still dropping? It's always a good question. They're just volatile. That's just the nature of them. Beard really fought hard here today. Kronos Group and Tilray stock trade higher as analysts weigh in on Hexo's latest acquisition. So I haven't looked at Kronos yet. The rating looking at Fintel, a small tip. Chronos Group and Tilray stock trade higher as analysts weigh in on Hexo's latest acquisition. So I was going to do a video on Chronos. I'll have to do one on that next. I haven't really done too many on Chronos, but I hold it. So, and over here to tip ranks. Currently at $17.54, showing a moderate buy with a price target of $20.50, with a 16.81% upside, a high of 23 and a low of 17. But that's all the information that I have here on Tilray. If you have any further information, go ahead and leave that in the comments, along with your cost basis and any other information you might have, and that we could all share, and that would be helpful. Again, I thank you for watching the videos and all the support on the channel, and I'm trying to get up to 1,000 subs as soon as I can here, and hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop, and smash that like button. So again, I thank you for watching. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.